Hey everybody, Shoebox Legends here. Thanks for joining me today for a quick shout out and then another nice Hank Aaron pickup in my quest to complete his playing era run of Topps cards in PSA format. So wanted to do a shout out because it was very appropriate for this video and hopefully call a little bit of attention and some more traffic to a channel that I discovered recently through a comment that was left here. Following up on that comment, as I try to always do, I discovered the channel THA Card Story. And this is a new channel that started maybe in the last couple of months, and they've already got a few episodes up. Really cool story. This is a guy named Matt and his son Tyrus who are collecting together, which I love to see. Love to see the next generation of collectors kind of continuing the hobby. And I know there are some other great channels that have started up recently along those lines. And so I wanted to call attention to Matt and his son Tyrus. So Tyrus's initials are actually THA, which is partially where the name of their channel comes from, THA Card Story, but they're also doing the Hank Aaron collection. So it's also kind of THA. So really cool videos. They sometimes have a few minutes included where Tyrus gets into some Pokemon cards. But one thing they've done in every video so far is show off some amazing Hank Aaron. And they are just trying to accumulate as many Hank Aaron cards as they can. That is their primary collecting objective. These guys are currently #1 on the CSG registry for Hank Aaron. They like the CSG and those crystal clear slabs. And so that's kind of neat. And every week when they post their episode, they're usually revealing about 5 new Hank Aaron cards, either graded or ungraded. And just a few episodes in, I don't want to give anything away, but let me tell you, they've unveiled a couple cards that are kind of monsters already, and very, very cool. So if you like vintage baseball cards, if you like Hank Aaron specifically, and if you enjoy, father-son content and kids enjoying this hobby, then I really, really recommend heading over to THA Card Story, and let's try to get them a little bit more of a sub count and some traffic. They certainly deserve it. They seem very dedicated, and I think they're going to be at this for many months and years to come. So I'd love it if you stopped over there and paid them a visit. There's a link below. And in the meantime, let's take a look at my latest Hank Aaron edition. So I'm definitely a collector of Hank Aaron, but in a little bit more of a focused way than Matt and Tyrus are. I'm really just trying to go after select modern cards and then his playing era Topps run in PSA slabs. And as I said at the outset of the video, I have a new card on that front to show off. So this is one I picked up towards the end of the summer. Very happy to cross another one off the list. It's the 1960 Topps Hank Aaron, and obviously chose the 66 and 64 in the background here, which we've seen previously, just to kind of highlight the decade of the 60s in general. So I've got a little bit of background glare today, but hopefully you get a good look at this beautiful card. This is graded a PSA 4. A lot of the Aarons in my collection are on the wrong side of 5 as far as grade. I do try to find lower grade cards to keep it affordable, but as I did with this card, try to find cards that, in my opinion, at least, visually speaking, overall general aesthetic kind of outshine their assigned grade. And I think that was the case with this one. I paid not a lot of money for this because it is a PSA 4, but I paid on the high end of what a PSA 4 would typically sell for, like comps wise, just because I thought this example was so great. And this is one of the bigger holes that I still had in the Aaron run. And it feels good to kind of plug that and get the early part of the 60s largely completed now with this 1960. This is not my favorite design of all time. I do like it nice enough, and I used to be a much bigger fan of it back in the day, but in recent years, other sets have kind of surpassed this one, but I still needed it for the run, and I do think Hank's card in this particular set is really nice looking in particular, and I would like to get the Hall of Famers from this release, someday in the collection. And here's a look at the back, nice clean back as well, and you can kind of see why I was willing to pay on the higher end of a PSA 4 price for this one. Just a gorgeous example. As with just about every card in my budding Hank Aaron run, this is one that I will never feel compelled to upgrade. I try to work it out so that I just purchase that card once and get a copy that I'm really happy with that doesn't, have any qualities that drive me nuts or anything. And that way I can just put it to bed and move on to the million other areas of my collection that I want to focus on. So that is the latest edition in the Hank Aaron run. Very happy to get that nice PSA 4 1960 in. And again, would really love it if you would head over and give a watch or at least say hello to Matt and Tyrus over at THA Card Story. So that's a wrap for now. Thanks for checking out the latest Hank Aaron in my run. There will be more to come on this front as I get closer and closer to finally completing this thing after many years. And appreciate you stopping by, and we'll be back very soon with some more sports card content. Until then, enjoy the hobby and stay safe.